Everybody, and welcome to late but satsang nonetheless. Tonight we celebrate something called Janki Naumi, or easier, Sita Devi Jayanti, or the birthday of Sita Mata. Today is the Naumi day when she would have been born. To commemorate her birth, puja is done similar to that of Lakshmi Mata. And tonight we're going to delve a little bit into that discourse for the benefit of everybody. Many people have theories, they've heard something, but we're not sure about the discourse of Sita Mata, because her origin in Tulsidas Ramayana, which is what we're accustomed to, quite common, it does not deal with it too much. We know that Janak, Raja Janak, her father, is plowing the land one day with puja and so on, and they discover a box, and in this box there's this baby girl. So tonight we're going to go into a little more detail. We're going to sing from the pages of Anand Ramayana. I'm reading from Sarakand, Saga 3 or chapter 3. It begins with the killing of Tadaka, all the demons, the father and mother of Marich, those people that would attack the yagya or the prayer of Vishwamitra Muni. Tadaka and all these other people had gotten great amount of shrap, and after doing all types of bad things, they had tortured Agast Muni, and he had put a curse on him that the arrow of Sri Ram would destroy them, their family, Marich and Subahu. So it had this moment when Vishwamitra is coming to get the two sons of Dashrath. He wants Ram and he wants Lakshman to come and protect, very simple for children to understand, to protect his yagya. They want Sri Ram and Lakshman, brother, to be as security whilst they pray. Before we enter, let's begin with mantras, and then we'll do our Sumran as customary when reading Ramayana, and then we get into this wonderful discourse dealing with Sita Mata. Everybody, please join your hands together. Many people tonight are praying. I myself, I started late tonight because I was doing Havan. There are many people who are sickly. In Trinidad, there are many people who still are ignoring the stay-home laws. As simple as wearing a mask after so long, they're still reckless. And we pray for them, and we pray for our own security because of people like that. Now, as the virus is spreading, we've heard today finally from the Ministry of Education the postponement of the children's exam, the SEA exam, and we're grateful for some leadership on that side. Tonight as we pray for our families, we pray for our homes, our livelihoods, our jobs and businesses. So much is at stake, dear God. We've never been in something like this before. Bless us to survive. And there are families, as the death toll in Trinidad is rising, as the families throughout this world, people are losing their near ones, their dear ones. And each birth, each life has value. Poor, rich man, woman. It is wrong of us to simply 27, to make that person become a number, and to forget the love, the history, the memories of this person is so unfortunate. We have now become a people following statistics, good and bad news based on them. But no emotion, no care, no help. Life has become so cheap. In this type of meditative state, in this calm mood, please focus very carefully. When there's nobody to help, dear Lord, if I did not know this before tonight, I recognize that it is only when I come to you. You're the only person who can help me now. Prabhu, the hospitals, the doctors, they're overwhelmed. loving children and dear ones are scrambling to get supplies to everybody's home. Everybody home has become the hospital with oxygen and all these other things. We are trying to care for ourselves. But dear Lord, only with your permission will your devotees live. Tonight, in this commemoration of Mother's birth, to listen to the journey of Sita Devi, the names of Mother, bless your children who listen. Bless them who share and allow others to hear this discourse tonight. Everybody please clasp your hands. Om Gajananam Bhotaganadi Sevitam Kapet Jambu Palchad Bhakshitam Umasutam Sho Kavinashkarakam Namami Viganeshwara Padapankajam Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om. Prabhu, tonight we're going to listen to the words of Lord Shiva as he's talking to Parvati Mata, as he's explaining the discourse of Sri Ram. Mahadev Baba, tonight your children bow to you in reverence as we listen to your discourse for the verbatim between you and Goddess Parvati. Thank you, Prabhu. Trayambakam yajamahe Sugandhim pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva bhannana Mrityormukshya mamritat Rama Rama Bhadrama Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunataya Nataya Sitaya Patay Namah Om Shri Rameshwaraya Sita Vallabhaya Bhyo Namaha. Shri Ramachandra Bhagwan ki Jai. Now continue to clasp your hands. This is all part of the prayer as we enter into this discourse to listen to Mother. As we chant just a couple of verses, and again I know I'm late, but Sita Jayanti is not a daylight celebration, it is done in the night. As we worship the birth of this baby, coming of this goddess, tonight we ask permission to listen to the words of Mahadev and about our goddess Sita. Dear Lord, tonight, I know as Hindus we say Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram. Why do we say Sita Ram? Prabhu, bless each and every person viewing, those that will absorb even after the fact this discourse. By your holy words, that person is going to be blessed with the blessings of Lakshmi in the form of health, wealth, success. What they are praying for, they will get it. Please allow them to value the discourse that is about to come. Jo sumirat siddhiyo gananayak karivada badana karo anugraha soy bodhi rashi shubha guna sadhana Mukha hoye vachala pangu chadhe giri vargahana जासु कृपासु दयाल द्रवहु सकल कलिमल दहना नील सरोरहु श्याम तरुणा अरुण बारिज नयना करहो सो मम ओरदाम साद शीर सागर शयना बंदहु गुरु पर कंज कृपा सिंधु नर रूप हरि महामोहतम पूंज जासु वचन रवि कर निकरा श्री गुरु चरण सरोरज निज मन मुकुर सुदान वरनी. Hanuman Baba, tonight we beg you for your help. We beg you, dear Lord, tonight listening to the words of Mahadi Baba, listening to the words of Valmiki, Hanuman Baba, bless everybody who's praying. Bless everybody who is in need of help and healing. Shri Guru Charana Saroj Raja Nijamana Mukura Sudha Varano Raghuvar Vimalayasha Jodayak Palachar Bodhahina Tanujan Sumiro Pavan Pal Buddhi Vedya Devu Mohi Harahu Kalesha Vikar Harahu Kalesha Vikar Siyapati Ramachandra ki Jai Sita Mata Sita Valdava Devi Janki Mata ki Jai Pavanasutta Hanuman ki Jai Mahapati Mahadev ki Jai. Tonight, as we enter into, as I said before, Anand Rama, Sarakand, chapter 3. Mahadi Baba is speaking to Parvati Devi and he is explaining that, the other day we were celebrating for Akshaya Tritiya, we also talked about Parshuram, that Muni, that grave stalwart, that incarnation of Mahavishnu. But in the discourse that deals with the birth of Parshuram, it is very close to Vishwamitra. Because the mother of Parshuram, her mother, and the daughter, the mother and the daughter. The daughter is the one who brings forward Parshuram. And the mother-in-law then is the one who will bring Vishwamitra. So, the father of Parshuram, and this is just a summary, is a very calm person. But his father-in-law had given him a little trouble when he wanted to marry the princess. After a lot of toil, after a lot of providing what the father-in-law wanted to get the girl, he gets the girl to marry. And they have embarked now upon prayer to get the child they want. And after doing Putrishi Yagya, from the fire they get the blessed Prasad Payasam. And he says, I know your mother, dear girl, I know your mother wants to have a child as well. Take this portion for yourself and take that portion for your mother-in-law. So the mother-in-law knows that her husband was very, very cruel to their son-in-law. Made him, belittled him and made him do a lot of work. So the mother-in-law says, you know what, I think he would give you their child, their daughter. Yours will be better than mine. Maybe he would bring some type of path in mind. So let's swap the sweet rice, the payasam. Let's swap it. So she takes what her daughter was supposed to get and she gives her portion. And knowing what his father-in-law was praying for, the child was going to come, but the child was going to become like a Kshatri. He was ferocious. He was, in the art of war. Very, very capable. Dangerous. But when they swapped it now, the child that the money, the Brahman is praying for, that went to the opposite side. So follow me. It's just I don't have the book in front of me to remember all the names. Forgive me. The mother of Parashuram, when they swapped it with her mom, the mother of Parashuram ends up with the Kshatri-like child. He's very aggressive. The blood is close to his skin, etc. And her mother ends up with the child. So this is Parashuram's uncle now. This is his mama, Vishwamitra. Very calm, very cool, very learned individual, powerful individual, but very cool. When the father of Parashuram learns about the swap, he says, "Oh Devi, what have you done? We are of a different temperament, and now we will have a ferocious lion for our son." This is where Parashuram gets that rage. Their discourse is dealing with his miracles, with his power, his abilities. By no means an easy person. Today now, his Mamu, Vishwamitra, has come to Ayodhya. And he had requested that because of the Rakshas Tadaka, his yajna is always being affected, cut short, stopped. With great amount of hesitation, but by the will of Vishwamitra, the families pandit, Dashrath allows Lakshman and Ram, as young as they are, to go. And Dhanu Vidya, Shastra Vidya, Astra Vidya, Lauka Vidya, Rata Vidya, Gaja Vidya, Ashwa Vidya, these different type of knowledge are being imparted to these boys from Vishwamitra. Ashwa Vidya, for example, is the study for the Kshatri, how to know how to use the mace, the club, so that the Muktar can be called, it can be summoned, it can be returned, how to get it. Bala Ati Bala, the knowledge of how to control hunger and thirst, the ability to control the breathing in order to overcome different types of problems. Whilst all this is happening, all the devatas are looking on to see the beauty of Sri Ram. As Mahadev is describing to Parvati. And then when they reach to where they are going, a great battle ensued. Whilst the yajna, imagine everybody is doing havan, puja, offerings are being done, and demons are attacking prayerful people. Have you ever tried to do puja or pray or jap or some vrat? And as you are doing the prayer, that is the time you're going to be in some way irritated or distracted, or the easiest thing is to stop the prayers, give up the prayers. So we know about that type of attack. Similarly, Marich, Surahu, and all others start to attack this hermitage. Sri Ram is the defender. And now, with the knowledge of all the weapons, very aptly, he's protecting the place. But the battle is great. The battle is fierce. And Sri Ram is only getting more and more angry. He's a young boy and he wants to win. But it is as if the onslaught is really never ending. And here now, in this verse that we are about to read, it explains why did Vishwamitra Muni go to the Swayambar where Sita Mata was going to get married. If he went to protect the yajna, if he goes and he meets Ahilya and all others, for all those that are studying Ramayana, consider what I'm saying. How does a Muni, the parents are not there, why does he take them to the city of Janakpuri? Let's hear what happens in this verse. As we enter, everybody, I remind you, please, I know I'm starting late, that's fine. Just please share the satsang. And if you're watching this on the repeat, if you're watching this tomorrow, understand that Panukeshva and Priyamata are doing this to support all those that are in lockdown. For those of you up the chain of islands, those of you in South America, North America, Europe, Fiji, wherever you are viewing us, as far as Fiji and Australia, God bless you tonight as we celebrate the birth of Sita Mata. You're going to hear about it now, slowly as we get into all the descriptions and discussions. But share it so that other people could benefit, other people could learn. If you are watching this on the YouTube after the fact, please listen, subscribe to the channel so you would know when we're doing anything else. But still share it. May God bless you. Let's go again. Jai Bole Baba Tab Sharanam, Jai Bole Baba Tab Sharanam, Jai Bole Baba Tab Sharanam, Jai Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam, Jai Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam. Kalyana Shri Kritayatam Drishti Indra Hilyayati Shrunutva Janaka Ye Pura Tvaya Vishwamitra Ye Yatam Ram Lakan Ye Sukta Ye Munishta Nagare Yukta Ye Janvari Sangar Ye Bharatritaya Sat Shaila Muni Muni Rupatam Jai Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam Jai Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam Jai Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam Jai Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam Jai Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam. Vishwamitra realizes that the anger in Ram is not going, it is as if the fire is getting bigger and bigger. So he says, you know what? To divert his attention, to bring joy again to his heart and a smile to his face, let us go to the Swayambar of the daughter of Raja Janak in that place of Mithila. Let us go. Sri Ram and Lakshman listened to Guruji's advice. They bowed to the walls of the city. This is long after they had met Ahilya and they touched the stone. And that person was transformed into, according to this text, this version, they meet Ahilya now. And she transforms into a woman. In Tulsidas Ramayana, she is met later. Not with Vishwamitra. They journey, and when they reach the city of Raja Janak, they bow to his walls. His great city is so full of luster, full of happiness. This Swayambar is here. According to Anand Ramayana, Vishwamitra sends a messenger to Dashrath, and this too is not given in Tulsidas Ramayana, announcing his arrival, that the son of Gadi, Vishwamitra, is here with the two sons of Dashrath, and they have come for Sita and Urmila. Please, for the sake of peace, do not inform none of the Rajkumar, none of the princes that you have there. Let us go through with the motion. But this is what is going to happen. So say Guruji. Raja Janak, listening to this, is very happy. And he accepts and he remains quiet. Being the host, he invites all the barrage of kings and princes, all come. And he gives them due respect. Gives them seat and homage and all the different niceties as a king would offer other kings. Sri Ram and Lakshman enter into the courtyard, into the place where the Swayambar is going to be happen. It's going to happen. And they look at the place and people are staring at them. By now, word has reached to the ear of Sita that the son of Dashrath is here. And it is said here that she's watching them. And she wants to know, of those two lions, of those two warriors, which one is the elder? And one of her friends says, the one who has the darkness of the sky. That is significant, remember that. The darker one. He is the eldest son of Dashrath, their Devi. Janak is still inviting everybody, please come in. Mahadev Baba says that Parshuram had gotten the bow that Mahadev himself, Shiva, I am saying to Parvati, I had given him the bow that I had used to destroy the cities of Tripura. So when Lord Shiva becomes Tripurari, the destroyer of these three cities, he takes the bow and he gives it to Parshuram. And this is what he had used to rid the earth of all Kshatri 21 times, except for the one known as Sahasra Bahu. Parshuram gives this bow in a long time ago. He gave the bow to Raja Janak to keep in his courtyard safely after fighting all the war. So this is how Janak gets the bow. Since childhood, Janki, Sita Mata would play with the bow, lifting the bow, jumping and turtling the bow as if it were a toy. And with that conduct of Sita, Parshuram says this Sita is as if she is Lakshmi herself. With this view in mind, Raja Janak says, this child, when it is time for her to go, for a man to stake his claim as a husband, he must be fitting. He must be able to hold that bow, tread that bow on equal footing as my child. Meaning to say, she cannot be so auspicious that as a child she could play with the bow of Lord Shiva, and she is marrying some person that is not fitting, somebody that is not to her standard. No, this bow will become a mark, a test, as it were. And if he cannot lift that bow, that is not the husband. If he cannot string that bow, that is not the husband. And so said, so done, the Swayambar, all the music, all the dancing stopped, and it was announced that this is the measure of the future son-in-law of Raja Janak. Allow them to lift the bow, string the bow, and pull the string to hit the twang of the bow. Ravan is in that crowd of those princes. Some of them are so young, they are intimidated by him. Ravan, he says, I, O Janak, I have conquered all the Devatas, I have conquered all the Lokpals, all the Lok. I have lifted Kailash Parvat, the abode of Mahadev. Do you wish to see the prowess, the power and the skill of Ravan? By just looking at my power, looking at that, me lifting that bow of my Devta, Mahadev. It will show you that that bow will become light as a piece of straw. Ravan is a right-handed individual. He goes to show that with his left hand he will lift the bow easy, but as he lifted, he could not budge the bow. It could not be moved. Therefore, he tried with his right hand now. Then he tried with his two hands. And as he lifted up the bow, as he tried to lift the bow, as he's a 10-headed individual, he has 20 hands. Third hand, fourth hand. Then, Valmiki Muni says, going, 19 hands. And he could not budge the bow. And when he put the 20th hand, with the cumbersomeness, if that is a word, cumbersome nature of, imagine 20 hands climbing over each other to lift one little thing. Well, it was a big bow, but still. The demon Ravan, with all the force, the hand slipped off the bow because of how it was like if it was stuck to the table. And with a great thud, he fell. Valmiki says, not only did the crown fall from his head, not only did the dhoti unravel a little bit, but Ravan, with all the mouth and all the different things, he was in a swoon. It was as if he fainted with all his energy lost. He was covered in sweat. This individual had messed himself, stool and urine emanating from his body. With the force, with the energy, the vibration of the bow of Mahadev, he was not valorous, he was not virtuous enough to hold it. Janak, after seeing all of these younger princes, and now this great Ravan couldn't do it. He says, is there no valorous person left on the earth? And Vishwamitra says, but you have Raghunath, the young prince from the Raghukul. He is here. Allow him to try his hand. And maybe sometimes we as pundits, when we're reading Tulsidas Ramayana, in this moment, we make it look as if the hero is walking up to the table, very brave, very handsome, very brave, and 1, 2, 3, lifts the bow. Listen, as remember, to them, this is a young boy, this is a, let's say, teenager, young adult. How foolish it is for this boy to try to lift this bow. If the great ones cannot lift it, if the heroes, those that are burnt in battle and are more knowledgeable, more strong, look at his body. He has to remove all the ornaments from the clasp and rings and all these things. The garlands that they would place on his body. Is he afraid he will fall like Ravan and mess himself? Vishwamitra says, go and save Ravan. He's embarrassed. Go. Go and change the talk. Go and let them see something else. And give Ravan a chance to get up. And when Sri Ram went, he became the center of attention. Some people are saying, did Vishwamitra send this individual to shame him, to belittle him? Did the sage send him to test his strength? And they are looking. And when, O Parvati, that Lord who has lotus-like eyes, he's so beautiful, that Prabhu, without much effort, he's going to lift. When that bow was lifted, he touched it to his forehead, and my beautiful Lord, standing there in that pitambar, that yellow dhoti, having the marks of the Shank and the Chakra, Gada, Padma on his hands, he stood in that court and he held that bow. Now the bow hanging, not only in his hands but on his shoulder. Sri Ram looking at all of them, that incarnation of Sri Hari Vishnu. How is it possible? They're calling out now. How is it possible this little boy is able to string the bow of Shiva? What great deed is this? It is said Sita Mata relished the moment that her beloved was going to be hers. That it is now time to start to plan the marriage between these two. Sri Ram squeezes the top of the bow and he ties the string, what nobody could do. And Raja Janak is very happy. He is witnessing and tears are running from his eyes, O Parvati. And with the power that he is pulling on that bow to get it so that it will take the string. Let's see what happens. How the tune is going?
Sita Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Ram
Sita Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 Sita Ram चकमपति धरणी त्वया चलहि सदज्ञेयं न भयदृष्टतं मे चक्षु पार्वती सर्वे निकटो साथी देशो दस तारा निभे तुरंधरनि शरीर शोधनयं वावायु वतन मुगये देस्ति सीताराम राम राम सीताराम राम राम सीताराम राम राम सीताराम राम राम। उमापति महादेव की जय, सीता माता की जय, श्री रामचंद्र की जय। Shri Mahadev Baba is recounting the story to Parvati Mata, but he is so full of emotion. Reaching before the bow, he walks around the bow, seated in mind to 9 devotees, and he bows in reverence to his father, in his mind to his mother, and to Vashish Muni, his guru. Holding the bow with the left hand, and he takes his right hand and he strings the bow and puts it on his shoulder, and then he lifts it up in full view of all the kings and all the musicians in the castle and in the heavens, bellowed for the glory of Sri Ram. And as he's holding that bow with its mere force, he broke it into 3 pieces. And the power of that bow, when it broke, the thunderous sound, he says, "O Parvati, at that moment you jumped and you held on to me in fear." When it happens, the oceans, the stars, the earth, the head of Sheshnag that is holding that earth, that serpent is holding the earth on his head, the black space that we see when we look into the sky in the night, when you see the astronauts going into the heavenly region. That blackness, Hindus describe that as the head of Sheshnag, with the vibration, with the ferocity of the breaking of that bow. Sheshnag starts to wobble, so much force, and still he's able to do it. All of the court starts to yell Jai Jaikar. Ravan is full of shame, gathering his clothes, picks up his crown, not fixing himself. He does not want to stay now. He darts out the door and Ravan leaves. Sita Devi is very happy, and she, from the distance in the gallery where she was above, looking on at all what her father was doing, she keeps a vision fixated on Sri Ram. Then it was heard that the father says, "Sita should be brought here, and it is time to plan, it is time to arrange the wedding, the vivah sanskar of these 2 individuals. Let it be known that the hero Ram of the Raghukul, son of Dashrath, is going to be my son-in-law." And in that moment, all the Sakhi, the friends, the female friends, the girls that are surrounding Sita Mata, they run to go and throw flowers upon Sri Ram, as these girls celebrate the joy that she is having, because today she is marrying the person she wants to marry. Great amount of pomp, great amount of welcome, message is sent, and Dashrath is going to be invited to the city of Mithila. Oh great sages, Vishwamitra now, Janak goes to the feet of Vishwamitra and he kisses the feet. Would you kiss the feet of your guru? Just a side question. He says, "Guruji, by your grace today I have my son-in-law in the form of Sri Ram. Today I consider my parents," listen to this father, He's not that young. Today I consider my parents, my kul, my family. My kul is happy. You know, in different parts of the world, when we are going to do wedding and we have the two sides going to meet and we're going to give, you know, there's a part where we bring the boys in with his family and we're going to give them little soft drinks, we drink, some form of hospitality. Long ago in that part, the pundits would sit with the two fathers and they would talk about the value of a son. And a son is a great person and a son does great things and a son carries on the family. But the girl's father says, and Pandit Sukram, who was teaching me about this from Florida, he says there's a portion, and I'll get the quotation, I'll get back to you. He says that there's a portion that says your son is great, your son will do great things, your son will carry on in him, but he cannot do it alone. He cannot have children alone. But this is the value of my daughter, that she will allow your son to do all that he has to do with her support. Shri Adi Shakti Mata Ki Jai. Janak is very happy and he's celebrating all. He's preparing on a great message in a very humble way. He's sent to Ayodhya. And on hearing all, Dashrath mounts his elephants and they're going. After Dashrath is received, he is kept and he is happy as preparations are still being made. Kaikeyi, Kaushilya, Bharat and Satrun come soon after. And Janak says, who are these two heroes that look as if Ram and Lakshman are walking into the city again? And Vishwamitra says, they are the brothers, they are the other sons of Dashrath. Both of them, the sons of Kaikeyi, because Sumitra did not come. She was not there. She had remained to receive them. Sometimes people talk about that, but look, here we have Kaikeyi is in the mandap when the wedding is going to happen. Janak says to Dashrath, oh, brother, I gave Sita, who has divine birth, who has come from divine background, to Sri Ram, your eldest. I have given Urmila to Lakshman, but I have a brother who is Kushdwaj. And he has two daughters, Shruti Kirti and Mandavi. Let me allow them to be married as well. Let all your boys, Bharat, Satran, etc., let all of them get married. To Bharat, I will give Shruti, and to Satran, to Mandavi to Bharat, and Shruti I will give to Satran. If you allow it, allow 4 brides to leave my home with your 4 sons, O Dashrath. Dashrath agrees, but quietly. Many people have called today because they wanted to hear this discourse because they did not know where to find it. Panditji, we are looking, but we can't find the discourse. Tonight we are going to listen to it. Who wants to know about Sita Mata's history? Dashrath, the father-in-law. He knows he's getting a daughter-in-law, but he does not know her. He does not know. He just heard Janak says she comes from divine birth and emerging out of the earth for Sri Ram, so she has to be married. What is this man talking about? He goes to Satnanda, the Pandit, who is going to do the wedding of Sri Ram. He was the son of Ahilya and Gautam Rishi. Ahilya is the same lady who was a stone a while back. And he says to him, Panditji, how was Sita achieved? Tell this to me. Soon she will be my own, and I wish to know this now. Sita Ram, Ram Ram, Sita Ram, Ram Ram, Sita Ram, Ram Ram, Sita Ram, Ram Ram. Madrishtva Sakale Lokanam Lakshmi Kamala Kapate Param Chindayam Samasi Lakshmi Kanya करोद्यायं परतस्वेयाति सीताराम राम राम 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 श्री लक्ष्मी माता की जय Pandit ji says, Dashrath Maharaj, you have asked this question so gracefully, so happily, so humbly, I am obligated to tell. Please listen attentively. In earlier times, long before Raja Janak, there was a king by the name of Padmaksh. Padmaksh was quite famous. He had everything, great riches, fertile land, family. But when he was praying, he listening to the stories of Lakshmi Mata and what Lakshmi Mata gives to an individual, he says to her in his prayer, I wish to have you as my daughter. O Lakshmi Devi, I wish you to be my child. And he goes about doing great tapasya, chanting prayer, sitting in different postures, doing different type of fasting. And Lakshmi Mata became pleased with him and she appears before him and she says to him, I will become your daughter. On listening to this, Lakshmi said to the king, O king, but I am a slave to Lord Vishnu. I am not independent, I am part of a couple. Therefore, better you pray to Lord Vishnu. And if he gives me away to you, I will become your daughter. There is no doubt about this. Honoring the words of Lakshmi, Raja Padmaksh performed great dhyan and tapasya to Sri Vishnu. Mahavishnu appeared before him, knowing what he wanted. He takes a big citron. Citron is a type of, let's say, orange for children, a big orange. And handing this fruit to the king, disappears. Raja Padmaksh did not understand what it meant, and he starts to peel the citron. And inside this fruit, there laid with great amount of luster, as if it was the sun, inside the orange, a beautiful baby girl, newborn baby girl. Looking at the girl, the king, who was desirous of having this child for his own, took her out of the fruit and accepted her in that moment to be his daughter. This girl with these beautiful eyes, pleasant nature, was called Lakshmi herself, daughter of Padmaksh. At that point, the fruit remained eternal there in total, and the girl kept growing in the lap of the king as time is passing. And then it came for time for her to get married as time had passed, enjoying the luster, the beauty, but also the barakat of this girl, this positive energy in the palace. But now it's time for her Swayamvara, this moment where she's going to get married. Who is going to be her husband? Raja Padmaksh sent messages to all the kings to send their princes, all the munis, all the Gandharvas, they all had come. Even Ravan is there. Ravan wants to see who is up for grabs. Finding the arrival of all the kings, Padmaksh spoke to them and he says, the one who is able to develop the color of the sky over his body, that person is going to be married to Padma. The person who has a deep blue luster over his body, the person who has this deep blue luster over his body, that is the test. That is the person who is going to marry this child. Hearing these impossible words, all the princes and kings assembled here, very attracted to this beautiful girl. looking at her. Because of the Lakshmi, she's born very beautiful. And the father is trying to do his very best. But that beauty can cause good and it can bring the wrong attention to a child. It can bring trouble for parents who have beautiful daughters, girl children. You know what I'm talking about, the attention of the wrong people. And here what happens, they're thinking, you know what? We can't get the color of the sky. And they start to think about kidnapping the girl. The attentive father realizes that something is up, something is wrong. They want to kidnap my child, and he starts to fight them. Vigorous war breaks out. Getting injured by the many arrows of Padmaksh, all of them fled. But Padma is so attractive. It's so attractive, they want to come. So the demons now, they attack. When all the humans had laid waste in the battlefield. And in this way, they attack the royal palace. And they start to raise the palace. They attack the walls, they attack the place, the palace itself, the outer walls. And they did so by digging the ground. And in a moment, the city was turned into a cemetery. Whilst coming in contact with Lakshmi, Padmaksh had lost his life. Lakshmi brings the joy, but sometimes when people are praying, they pray, dear God, give me the job. But they don't pray, dear God, let me enjoy the job, for example. Dear God, give me a wife, but will the wife work with you to make a life? Dear God, give me a child, but the child will destroy your happiness. Your child will not have the right attitude. Lakshmi grants what you pray for, but sometimes, this, if not thought out properly, if you are just looking at the attractiveness of what her hands, after all, her hands are shooting gold, but gold is not gold. Lord Shiva is telling Parvati, for this reason, look at all your texts, look at all your readings, how many people are calling on Lakshmi Mata alone when they pray. Because sometimes, when you pray for one thing, that said thing can bring about your suffering. So you must know when you're praying to her, how to pray to her. After a great amount of battle, one of the demons that had turned the city upside down, they find Raja Padmaksh and they destroy him. All the queens, all of them run helter-skelter to prevent the barrage of all these demons. All the demons now searching through the city. They want to find Lakshmi. And what does she do? She goes into the fire. Into the Havan that was burning in the Swayambar. Ravan boards Pushpak. Remember we were talking about Ravan and how he got the plane when he, as Dashanan, when he defeats Kubir. He jumps into the Pushpak and he's about to fly. But one of his assistants, Sharana, says, look, Padma is sitting on the edge of the altar. Her feet are playing in the fire. All the demons, all the gods, all the devatas, all the man, all the humans have gone because they could not find her. But look, oh Ravan, she is sitting right there. Go and hold on to her. Ravan jumps down from Pushpak. Oh Padma, and as he said it, she slipped back into the fire. And he says, oh Padma, you have already been troubled by the gods and the demons. Oh dear one, you jumped into the fire. I found you dwelling here today, and I order you to come out. Otherwise, I'm going to search this fire. And when she did not come out, he takes water in a huge goblet and he pours this water to extinguish and to out this huge Havan Kund. And when he did it, the devatas are looking, his own support is looking on, and he thought that he would have found the girl. But instead now, In the altar of the fire, he finds 5 gems, beautiful gems. And Ravan picks up these gems, places it into a box, boarded his plane, and he went back to Lanka. Let's hear what trouble he ends up in when he goes back to Lanka. Sita Ram Ram Ram, Sita Ram Ram Ram, Sita Ram Ram Ram, Sita Ram Ram Ram. Karinka Devageha Santapa Ye Ravanastad Ratro Mandodarin Praha Manjaka Rakha Rakti Ye Tita He Mandarodaye Ralani Maya Tvayata Padani He Samani Tani Yelina Swaya Dasarata Sutta Sare Sadanita Sita Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Ram. Prem se bolo Adi Shakti Mata ki Jai. Mandodari is the consort of Ravan at this time. And he says, oh Devi, I just came from a place and I put something in the temple, in the palace. Go and you're going to find it, and that there's gems inside there, those gems are yours. You'll be very happy. Mandodari is a very young person and she's happy in her home, and she rushes to the temple to find the box. Go, he says, go now, go bring the box and let's look at them together. But when she went, she tries to pick up the box, but the box will not budge. It was placed on the ground and it could not move, she could not lift it. She felt very disgraced, she feels wrong, and she goes back to Ravan, and he smiles and he says, don't worry, I have the power, I'm going to bring it. And he goes himself, and to the surprise and all the guards and all of them, Ravan Maharaj could not move the box. He opened it, and then and there, he opened it. Let's hear what happens. Sita Ram Ram Rama, Sita Ram Ram Ram, Sita Ram Ram Rama, Sita Ram Ram Ram. Tadava Darshan Tasya Vesa Kanya, Surya Prabhu Param Tateja Johari. Tejas Kanya Sakrita Shakshi Rakshan Samrat Tamadrishta Bhali. Sita Ram Ram Rama, Sita Ram Ram Ram, Sita Ram Ram Ram, Sita Ram Ram Ram. Tadrishta Valmiki Ramaye Vayuha, Surya Sutadhyan Sutale Tadayam, Tadayim Mandodari Prahar Tasvir Britayo Ravano Drishate Yatam. Sita Ram, everybody. Sita Ram Ram Rama, Sita Ram Ram Ram, oh Sita Ram Ram Ram, Sita Ram Ram Ram. Shri Adi Shakti Mata ki Jai. Remember, he picks up gems and he puts it in the box, but nobody opens the box. He found a small girl child issuing the lust of the sun. With her luster, the eyes of the demons could not bear it. They started to dazzle and started to pull up. All the friends, all the well-wishers, the children of Mandodari all of them come quick to see what is this great light, what is the commotion. And Ravan at this time narrates to the queen what had happened with the war, the way the girl was born to the house of Padmaks. They destroyed Padmaks, and then when I saw her sitting by the fire, I went to the fire, and when I out the fire, I got gems, I put it in a box, and I brought it here. Mandodari was terrified and angry. She spoke to Ravan, you are well aware of the danger this girl poses. The destroyer of your race, O performer of terrific deeds, you have brought the destroyer of your race into your house, into your land. This wicked child is surely going to destroy your family. You better carry it from here, drop it into the densest, deepest forest. When she is so heavy in her infancy, what will happen? What will be her position when she's of youthful age, when she becomes a young lady? She would surely cause your death, you fool. You should never keep in Lanka, not for a moment, this gift. Ravan took the words of Mandodari quite serious. He ordered his messengers, you all pick up this box and place it onto the pushpak plane, and we're going to move to the forest. Thereafter, all the demons collected again the same box and they put it in the plane and they got up. At that time, Mandodari is speaking to Ravan. She is the one who could kill at very sight. She is the killer. Therefore, she should not be left in the open. Pati, she should be dug under the ground, dig under the ground, and put her under the earth, so that her eyes would not be able to cause any havoc. I want you to listen for those people who have heard that Janak was plowing the land and he finds out why. Why did he have to plow the land? Why does mother come from the earth? Tonight, listen. As a Hindu, when we call on Sita, know why we say Sita Ram. Know why. Know who you're talking about. She says, Mandodari says to Ravan, go, she's the killer. And if her eyes can see the moon, if her eyes can see the sky, it will only be downfall for us. She should grow in a house where persons are loving, very dedicated to the householder lifestyle, so that she will not be encouraged to go and learn any tricks and prayers and so on. Where she will grow in a home where she's not taught to grow with any destructive tendencies or knowledge. This is very interesting, because sometimes people tend to think we did not educate our young ladies. Sometimes we focus on the boys, but here it clearly states, do not send her to such a place where she will be educated. Don't put her in a place where she's capable. On hearing these words of Mandodari, the messengers, together with the husband and the infant, they start to move on that pushpak, and they're looking where to deposit this destructive force. And from the heavenly regions, Adishakti is going to speak as Ravan is about to move. And mother says, speak, child, speak. And from the lips of baby Sita, who could not talk, she's now born. She's young. I will come back to Lanka again to kill all the demons, to destroy you, O Ravan. Your sons, your ministers, they are all going to die. Therefore I shall come to Lanka in the third time to kill Pundaraka, the son of Nikumba, having 100 heads, also known as Sahasra Ravan. I will destroy him too. I will come back again to destroy Kumkaran and Mulak Asul. On hearing these words, Dashanan, Ravan, his heart started to feel that he is the cause of all this dread. All the demons felt very disturbed. And Ravan himself thought that this infant should be destroyed. And he drags out the sword given to him after much amount of jap, tapasya. And who stops him? Mandodari says, the daughter of Maya is Mandodari. She has a great story. Oh Dashanan, don't do this today. You still have a long life. And in case you do this now, her words can't change. Killing her will not change it, it will prolong it. And soon after, she will come and it will happen. For the present, drop her in the forest. Don't invite death today. Don't invite calamities today. Hearing the words of his wife, he put away his sword, and Dashanan jumped onto the pushpak and flew away. Finding the forest in the city of Raja Janak, in that place called Mithila, they thought it would be appropriate to dispose of this girl, and they buried the girl in the earth. And the messengers returned with the pushpak to inform Ravan what they had done. That Raja Vedaha, saying Janak, he is a very calm, very cool person, and for this reason we've placed her there. So happened that same time Raja Janak had done great amount of tapasya, and he gave away all the land as a king that he had earned, that he has. And the Brahmanas are telling him, Raja, for the sake of all peoples, we need to plow the land for prosperity, for auspiciousness. As our prayer is coming to an end, could you please hold this plow that has a golden tip, that fixed it in such a way to make it like a royal plow. And may you plow the field so that today, going onwards, our field and our crop must be blessed. And in this way, the plowman, assisting Raja Janak, started to plow the land, everybody. And as they were going, they hit very hard thud. They heard, and the plow could move forward. And it is here that a box, when they dig in as a stone, they want to see what's blocking the plow. A box is discovered, and the treasure in the box is unknown. This Vaishya who is doing the plowing, he goes quickly, humbly to the Brahman. You are the owner of the land, so this box belongs to you. The Brahman turns to Raja Janak and he says, this is yours. Raja Janak says, but I gave you all the land. The Brahman thought, and he comes back and he says, you gave me the land, but not what was in the land. So this box belongs to you. And they continue to argue. Sita Rama, Rama Rama, 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 Tattado Dvapta Dayamanas Dutor Na Prati Samtamaha Tasya Edrishati Valmiki Tuham Vasyaham Pranaha Chetana Namaha Sita Ram Rama Rama Sita Ram 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 Sita Ram. Everybody, Sita Ram Rama Ram Sita Ram Ram Ram. While the argument is going on, is your box, no, is your box. There's like an overload of humility here. The Rajan says to the messenger, thinking now it's gems or some gold or something, we'll split the riches. We'll come to some consensus. Messengers, soldiers, open the box. And the Brahmanas are still quarreling. Rajan, this is yours. Rajan, this is yours. May you keep it. May it bless your treasury, etc. But when the soldiers open the box, not one gem. But this child is there. A girl child has appeared from this beautiful box. And she's glowing, as it were. The Pandit says to Raja Dashrath, in that moment, heavenly musical instruments, flowers were being poured because Sita Mata had made her appearance on the earth. Lakshmi is here. This is the moment when the glow of this child is placed in front of Janak. Tears starts to stream down his face. That after doing his yajna, today he has this beautiful child. And accepting that child as his own, O Dashrath, he performs all Shraddh, he performs all type of sanskars. And he says, Mahadev says the Parvati, so blessed is a father that gets to do the honor of doing all the Sintumanyan sanskar, Jat sanskar, Nam sanskar, Mundan sanskar. For example, when you are doing Nam sanskar and the father holds the baby in the right ear and he whispers the name, and you will see them right on the baby's lip. From today, babe, you belong into this family. According to the law of reincarnation, you could have been coming, for example, for children from the Singh family. But today, look, you're born in the Mahadev family. May you be linked now and always to the Mahadev family. When Shraddh, long after you're done, remain here with this family. The father is the one who does this. So blessed is this person that he gets to do it for Lakshmi Mata. Janak came in when this conversation was ongoing. And he says, oh Dashrath, because she is born from the citron or the orange, she is called Matu Lungi. Because she was the Lakshmi, the Padmak's daughter, she was coming from the fire. She is known as Agni Garbha. Because she was born out of gems, she is known as Ratnavali. Because she was born from out of the earth, she is known as Dharanija. Because she was brought to Janak, she is called Janaki. Because she was found by striking of the blade or the plow, the one who is born from the plow, her name is called, she is referred to as Sita. Since she happens to be the daughter of Padmaksh, she is referred to as Padma. Jai Bole Baba Tab Sharanam, Jai Bole Baba Tab Sharanam, Jai Bole Baba Tab Sharanam, Jai Bole Baba Tab Sharanam.
Jai Samba Sada Shiva Tava Sharanam,
Jai Samba Sada Shiva Tava Sharanam. Evam Nam Yahanye Janki Sita Yah Santi Bho Nripati Ye Dashrath Shanti Atam Varna Varna Bhoshan Ya Janki Labhara Mera Me Padmaksha Pratigya Ye Sakala Pratikripaye evam nyati yatha drishti prishti tatpar. Jai Bole Baba Tav Sharanam, 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 Jai Samba Sada Shiva Tav Sharanam, Jai Samba Sada Shiva Tava Sharanam. Umapati Mahadeva ki Jai. Janak says to Dashrath, blessed is a father that gets to credit to his record. For all of you who have the blessing of being fathers, please listen to your value. Please listen to the value of a child. Blessed is the father who has the credit of giving his name to this girl child. Today, I have inherited your son, the one who fulfilled the vow of Padmaksh. Sri Ram has the complexion of the sky in the darkest of night. He has that blue-black color. Have you ever looked at it? And because of these words of Padmaksh, the vow had been fulfilled. Today I tell you this, O Dashrath, all the joy, all the happiness that this girl can bring to your home, today I share that joy with you. May you now accept not one but 4 of my girls for you, 4 of your boys. And may the blessings of daughters, O father-in-law, O Samdi, May the blessings of daughter-in-laws come to your family. Raja Kaushal, Magda, Kaikahiya, all these various places are yours, O great King. But you are not ready for the love of my daughter, Janki. I give this gift not to Ram, but this blessing of a girl child, I give this blessing to you. May you share in my happiness. May you share in my joy. And one day when my girl brings forward children, may your soul, may the soul of your father, may the soul of all your ancestors revel. May all your home, may all your joy come greater by the power of the marriage of these two great ones. By the marriage of Bharat, by the marriage of Lakshmana, and by the marriage of Shatrughna, may your welfare, well-being be secured, O friend. Prem Sabalo Mahapati Mahadeva Ki Jai. Again, this discourse is found in Sarakand, chapter 3 of the Anand Ramayana. That's what I'm reading, because people were asking about it. Prem Sabalo Shri Adi Shakti Mata Ki Jai. Tonight, I'm not sure what time it is, but at this time, same Anand Ramayana, in Manohar Khan's 14th chapter, there is the prayer to Sita Mata, Sita Kavach. Sita Kavach means, as Agas Muni is training Suti Shan, a younger Pandit, he's teaching about the prayer of Sita Mata, and he says, Guruji, could you please tell to me about the protective prayer, the amulet that is charged with prayer for Sita Mata to protect an individual. This form, Guruji said, this form, who is linked to citrus fruits. In her puja, during this time, a lot of citrus is growing. And for this reason, people offer her orange juice in her prayer. People worship her and ask her for her protection. And one of the protection is from sickness. Please close your eyes and put your hands together. And we're going to do just two verses, and I'll explain it for you. Shri Sita Purvataha Patu Dakshana Vatu Janiki Pratichaya Patu Videhi Patu Dehi Chaya Char Mitile Adya Patu Mulungi Matulungi Ardha Padmakshi Jan Vallavo Madhyato Vani Sudha Patu Sarvataha Patu Mam Rama. Shri Adi Shakti Mata Ki Jai. From the pages of Anand Ramayana, it says, may the eastern side, the eastern direction be protected by Sita Mata. May the southern side be protected by Janki Mata. May the western side be protected by Videhi. May the northern side be protected by Mithili, because she is born from Mithila. Matulungi should protect my lower parts of my body, and the upper part should be protected by that one who is Padmaksh, or the daughter of Padmaksh, but also the one who is born from the lotus. The central portion of my body, together with the breathing apparatus of my body, should be protected by the daughter of the earth. And Ram, together with his Sita, should protect the four sides, throughout, above, below, around me. Protect my body, my mind, my health. In this way, continuing is the Sita Mata Kavach. That prayer is something that people would have been chanting today. People would have been calling on Mother today in this different form, and she is an incarnation of Lakshmi. And the reason why we say Sitaram in the heart of Hanumanji, when we are listening to Tulsidas Ramayana and we are hearing about the pearl, and he bursts his chest and he shows that in his heart he has Sita and Ram in different discourses, as when we were doing the 3 nights with Hanuman, when he has the lingam and all these other kata, and there are more Hanuman discourses that we could delve into. Sita says, I live in the heart of my children. So when somebody says Sita Ram, you come by Baba and you see Baba tell you Sita Ram, and you tell Baba back Sita Ram, and children are coming home. The other night I shared YouTube from the Ram Skanda Stotram for meditation to help people sleep. You know, a lot of people are fed up with the lockdown. They're worried, they're stressed out because of the loss of job and all this. And this mantra that is chanted when they are going to sleep, children are encouraged to be taught Ramaskandam Hanumantam, and you are calling on Shri Ram, Kartik, Hanumanji, Garuji, and Bhimsen from the Pandavas. And the last line says, if you call upon them, bad dreams will not come. So parents are the one who inculcate as they learn, and I encourage you as you learn to push these things. Children must kneel down or just on a bed and just pray. Just as we were talking about Kara Darshanam. When people Kara Darshanam is when we are lying on the bed, we're opening our eyes for the first moment, and you look into your palm. Kara means hands, and you are getting the blessings of this prayer. And you chant that prayer to Lakshmi Mata. And likewise, this form of Lakshmi Sita Mata is called Sitaram, as the Pandit today is bowing, as the person today or the child today is bowing to the God, this Lakshmi and Vishnu, the Ram and the Sita, living in your body. It is a means of saying, I bow to you because I recognize the divinity that lives within you. I see God in you. I have respect for you. May you live long, may you be happy, may you be holy, may you be safe, may you be healthy, may you be COVID free. This is the blessing from one person to the next. So as followers of Sanatan Dharma, I am saying to all parents, trouble doesn't come just like that. It takes time, it creeps up on you. And parents should encourage, when you get home, take off your shoes by the door. That is proper protocol for a Hindu home, because we don't tread the garbage from outside into our home. Today, with COVID and sanitizing and cleanliness, we are learning about it in the Western world. But Hindus have been doing it for long. For those of you that practice that, I want to see a comment. Please, do you still do that? Or is that old time thing? Is that long time thing? Share a comment. Leave me a message. Send me a message on my WhatsApp. I put the number out there. Is it that is done? I grew up knowing it. My mother, sometimes you want to rush inside to see what she cooked. No, back out. Take off that shoes. Don't bring that shoes. You don't know what you mash. You don't know what, whatever. Don't bring that in my house. Take off your shoes and remember when you get up, Sitaram Ami, Sitaram Dad. When you come home, Sitaram Olya, reach home. Proper manners. But that etiquette has a lot of value. Sita Devi is a direct incarnation of Lakshmi Mata. If you understand Sri Ram is Mahavishnu, then as she says in the beginning, I am a part of a couple and I am a slave, I am around him, I have to be with him. How could Lakshmi and Vishnu be separate? And in this discourse, it shows where Sita Mata's history, where it came from, and this is why certain things that we sometimes hear about. I hear, as I said at the beginning, I hear Raja Janak was plowing the land. I've heard something about gems. Where does the name Sita come from? If she's called Janki. If you look at your religious calendar, the true name for today is Janaki Naomi. Before we go, I want to do a little chant with you. Let's sing together. I adore the feet, the lotus-like feet of Sri Ram, the descendant of Raghu, of all the Raghu dynasty. I will do just one verse, as you'll hear about, always together with his Sita. Bando charana kamala raghunandana Ho Bando Charana Kamala Raghunandana. Charan, remember Charan? Charan Amrit? The foot is Charan. From the ankle to the toe, this is the Charan. And when we wash the feet of Lord Vishnu, we get Charan Amrit. And the person is saying that I bow to the Charan of the lotus-like Charan of Raghunandan, the one who comes from the Raghukul. Avadapuri Prabhu Nitya Virajata. Avadapuri Prabhu Nitya Virajata. Janaka Sutayuta Dushta Nikandana. Janaka Sutayuta Dushta Nikandana. Bandho Charana Mala Raghunandan. Bando Charana Kamala Raghunandanam. The destroyer, our destroyer of all the wicked demons, what we was talking about tonight, Tadaka, Marit, Sabahu. Oh, the grace of Avadapuri. Avad was the city, the place where Sri Ram is growing. Ayodhya is the capital. At all times with Sita. This is what this verse is saying. The Janak Sutta, the one who is the child of Janak, he is always with his consort. Jinke kripa sakala sukha sampati pavat jana bhaktana urchandana pavat ho pavat jana bhaktana urchandana bando. For the whole Ramayana people with me tonight, you could hear that drum. All the different hand and all the different dandan and traditional beats. Ho Bhando Charana Kamala Raghunandan. Ho Bhando Charana Kamala Raghunandan. By His grace, the devotee is able to gain happiness and prosperity. The heart of the devotee is soothed by the sandalwood-like touch of Sri Ram and Sita Mata. Bando Charana Kamala Raghunandana. Because God lives in your heart, He lives in you. And with that active prayer, have you ever seen somebody bow and touch here? Touching them and maintaining that divinity, putting your hands together and making the contact with them, Sitaram. In this way, the person lives this prayer, Ram and Sita, together with them, always brings success and happiness. If tonight, as I am getting ready to conclude, if tonight your loved one is in trouble, if tonight your loved one is in danger, what are you doing? How much cry can you cry? How much help will that crying help? Tonight I took the time, I was a little tied up with Howard, but I made the effort to read this for you, just to help our devotees during this time of trouble and struggle. It is going to get a little worse financially with the continued lockdown in Trinidad. Some friends and devotees throughout the world, they're talking and seeing a change, betterment, brighter days ahead. But for us, it's still a journey. And for tonight, as we remember all of the people that are in the hospital in particular, for all those families that are losing and have lost dear ones, loved ones, put your hands together. And I'm just singing a couple of verses, not long, I'm not staying long. But in your heart, if you're listening to me, I know there are some people in Cuba listening. You can't reach to the temple. You can barely move. Tomorrow in my message to the WhatsApp group, I'm going to talk about proning, the English word for the yoga position that helps when we are in this way. And people will think, oh, that's stupidness. Why in holy pictures with the people, especially those abroad, that are fighting for their life? Have you ever noticed how the doctors have them on their chest? Our people were talking about that position. I'll share that information tomorrow. About the value of that position to shake off the mucus in your chest. Gravity pulls it downward, so you're hanging downward, and the mucus, the fluids that are there, causing hardness of breath, making the system short of breath. This is what we are using, rediscovering now. We'll discuss that tomorrow. Imagine, close your eyes, everybody, those of you in the hospital, those of you in the different various centers and step-down facilities, wherever you might be, those of you that are under restriction and you're praying this to God that you may not be found positive, or you do not have it, you do not have the symptoms, the suffering. Tonight, very simple, let us arati after paying homage to Sita and Ram. Very simple. If only in the recesses of your mind. Arati Shri Ram Mayan Ji Ki. Just see yourself, you know him better, days we could do better. Lighting the diya and ringing the bell and blowing the song, and the Pandit just did the ground prayer and the Hawan. Kirati Kalitala Leta Siya Piki. The Pandit already told you to stand, but now, Prabhu, I can't stand for you. I have to stay easy. I can't breathe hard. I don't want to make anybody cry by thinking about how they come. But you're already in the trouble. So we need to come out. Sri Ram, you fought Ravan. And tonight we hear why. Sita Mata says, I will come back and I will destroy all of them. And without lifting a finger, Sita Devi caused the destruction of what all the demons at Kumbhakarna and all the sons of Ravan, Indrajit and all of them, who nobody, not the Devdas, could beat him. This free little girl sitting in a garden destroyed all of them. Mother, today we have a virus in and around us. Gavat Brahma Dikamuni Narada Valmiki Vigyan Avisharada Sukha Sanakadi Shesha Or Sharada Varani Pavana Sutta Kiratani Ki Arati Shri Ram Arati Shri Ram Mayana Ji Ki. Dear Lord, in my heart I do arati for you. I don't have any murti, I don't have no diya, I don't have no sang, I have no bell, I have no puja ingredients, I have nothing tonight. But in this poor man's way, without the temple, without the support of anybody, dear God, I close my eyes and I remember what it is like to be in the temple. And dear God, if you bless me to heal, Sita Mata, destroy the demons inside of me. If you allow me tonight to heal, dear God, forgive this sinful person. But dear Lord, when I come out, I will do your arati. I will lift that terrier. Dear God, I was ashamed when the Pandit used to call and say, everybody come now, you want to do arati, come. I wouldn't be ashamed anymore. Dear Lord, I believe in your power and I believe in your glory and I believe that you can help and heal me. Arati Shri Ram Mayana Ji Ki Kirati Kalilata Siya Piki. Put all the hands together. Tonight as you final prayer, I don't want to go too long, but I hope you have learned about Sita Mata. This is the total story. This is everything. And tonight you've been listening to Anand Ramayana with her Kavach and going to her in prayer. Pitiful is the person who bows to Ram but neglects his constant consort. Sita Mata. What an opportunity lost. Tonight, as we conclude, I bless you and bless your family. If you need help, please just reach out. Tonight, I'll leave my number, I'll leave the group information on the Facebook. If you're looking at this satsang, wherever in this world you are, please reach out and let me know what help. I hope tonight you all leave your comments. Did you know this discourse? Have you heard this discourse? Did you enjoy this discourse? Please share this satsang with all your friends and family. And let them pray. Let us encourage each other to pray. What else could we do right now? Prem se bol Shri Adi Shakti Mata ki Jai. Tvameva Mata cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Om Shanti. Everybody, Shanti for your home. Shanti. Hari Om. Prem Sabha Adi Shakti Mata ki Jai. Pavanasutta Hanuman ki Jai. Umapati Mahadeva ki Jai. Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki Jai. Syavar Ramachandra ki Jai. Satya Sanatan Dharma ki Jai. On behalf of me and Priya Mami, Priya Mata, God bless you all. God blessings to you. Feel free to send me your questions. Everybody in the group, everybody on YouTube, send me your questions and comment. Tonight's discourse really was because somebody asked me about Sita Mata. God bless that person. Tonight so many people are hearing and learning. And this is what this is about. This is just me and you, me and your family. And we're doing it. God willing and God blessing. Now when we need that blessing the most. Everybody, until we can do it again in Satsang, Sitaram. God bless you and see you soon. Sitaram.